Так, значит, вторая попытка, второе прохождение. Если как раз доберусь до пазла. Вот, на самом деле я надеюсь, что можно перезапустить как-то с предыдущей точки. Но, не знаю, было бы тупо 40 минут опять туториал проходить. Долго грузится. Да, я думаю, он все-таки загрузит точки диалога.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
I would like to preface this. I told you something would happen sooner or...
Can skip all, I guess. Да.
Of course. I'm sorry you've been dragged into this. I'm sure this sort of adventure is the last thing you were looking for on your first day.
Да, конечно.
Very well. Yakut, if you would.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP2 during a... It's a large island, and it looks like there are seven. We recorded extreme, but I wanted to go and have a closer look. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of projection.
We may not be, but the island...
I agree. I was skeptical of Byron's insistence that we mount an expedition, but I think we have to assess the danger.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command. You'll take Melville, and if what...
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Это Байрон, который хотел что-то
Before
новенького.
you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Интересно. То есть эти там... О, я с ним могу поговорить. С тобой могу поговорить. Типа, теперь совсем могу говорить, что ли? Интересно. Так, что там, по идее... О, господи. Ничего нового. Интересно. Chapter V. Miles to London. For 4 недели. Подкаст. Код комплект выдал доставил стандартные процедуры. Минимизировать использование Средства передвижения. Неожиданный контент для такой картинки. Это что рассказали, да? Это вот ты. Просто проверяю систему. Poetry. Видимо, будет много информации.
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
Действительно, кто-то.
Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it. You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further.
Прикольное сообщество такое. То есть каждый из них себя считает частью цели.
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere. I'm the mayor's chief aide. For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Такой забавный. Алло.
What can I do for you, 1K? It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off. He is one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable. I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us. It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Надо прям совсем уйти. Меня не пускают до сих пор.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being.
Старые
Thank
здания.
you, and may the founder be with you.
Такое щебечет. Очень странно. Что-то просто говорить можно сработать.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Теперь боюсь отвечать.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis. Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days. It's far worse than most people realize. We urgently need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power, or we will be in serious trouble. Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us. No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
То есть он обычный мужик, который ничего не знает о проблемах. В смысле, не больше, чем остальные.
Well, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
Стрёмный он.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Нет, спасибо. Я рассыпал эту ерунду. Марьяна нет тут. Нет. Это просто блок. Остановить хотела. Кажется, выдержит больше Sharpness. Ну, это есть. Единственное, в принципе, можно так тратить. Что будет? Такой красивший. Расходится. Все будут красными. Господи.
Hi.
Ой.
Oh, hello there. You must be the long-awaited 1K. Lovely day for a walk, is it not? That sounds very dramatic. I must admit I wasn't following the stream. This whole completion day business is not for me. The Alexandra Drennan Memorial. Are you interested in history? How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado. Oh, how odd. Might have a bit of a dictionary malfunction there. Or maybe the algorithms being particularly inventive.
Интересно.
The algorithm that selects our initial personality traits, drawing on everything that was created in the simulation. We are all composed of recombined pieces of our ancestors.
Вот это
That's why
как
history
интересно.
fascinates me, you see. It's everywhere. Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the progenitor. A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished
Странно, они
would
так
be
разделили,
forgotten.
конечно. То есть тут просто история, а там сплач. Нельзя чередовать.
To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from, in part so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part so that we may draw strength from those that came before us. By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities.
Ну, если честно,
And I
да.
admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult. Have a nice day.
Фривола сбегает. Ничего себе. Жестко. Что там про воду говорили? Это похоже на пазлы.
Hi, 1K.
Тут нет. не могу исследовать все. Какие-то мини-версии пазлов. Мини-роботов.
Founder bless you, friend. Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it. Events occur, my friend, that's all. At the end of the day, we are all one. You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we are telling ourselves.
Интересно.
The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises. I'm meditating, letting go of narratives like time and space, and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it.
Я со всеми тремя вариантами согласен.
The fear you feel is just part of your ego. Let it go. Relax.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you in the completion day stream. Hey,
Типа
you
маленькие
checked out
глупые.
all this ancient stuff? Me too! Oh, this is amazing, isn't it? Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Интересно.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump. And if they didn't, they freaking exploded! Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
Правда.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack would give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working. I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. Pretty cool, though, right? I mean, existence is totally
Раз
gnarly.
полгода, 5
Not sure I
веков
used that
создавали
right.
робота.
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding of stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing?
Вообще, если
That was some freaky stuff, man.
предки
Just seems safer to stay in the city.
нафакапили, то, возможно, они нафакапили в создании роботов.
For sure, dude. I mean, when I
Цвет
woke up,
такой же, как
I
у
just had a chat
Прометея.
with Neith, and that was overwhelming enough. You got the welcoming committee, and then the giant talking man in the sky. Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost. I don't know, dude. If ghosts don't exist, why did they make so many movies about them?
Makes sense.
Right. Before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? I'm not sure I should keep this voice back. What do you think? You're 1K. You're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
Ой, люблю рекомендовать. Да,
You're right, dude. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna do exactly what you told me to.
Прикольно, что они именно сокер выбрали, а не американский футбол, например.
Hi.
Надо здороваться, но, видимо, в этих проводах ничего нет. С чем можно взаимодействовать. Прикольно. Тоже фиолетовый. А, это кот или очень страшный кот? Кричит очень страшно.
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess. Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
Интересно.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
Сейчас, секунду. Так. Отвлекся и забыл вопрос. Видимо, смысл жизни.
That's probably correct. But I've tried a lot of different approaches, and there's always been something missing. Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain, but... But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
Сложный чувак. Вот так.
I think that's just misplaced ego. Yeah, Love takes work, but it's not something you just will into existence. We can't control everything in life, 1K. Try to keep that in mind.
В этих сферах не было. Не знаю, может стоит зайти. Конечно, город большой и миллионный.
1K, you've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete. Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources. It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world, and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Странно. Кстати, да.
That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later. You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become. At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two.
Не так долго. Чего того, что... Индикатор. То есть тут ничего нету. Это просто строительные, как они называются, структуры лица. Как же они называются? Это вот начинается. Мы были там. Мы поднялись наверх. Вот. То есть на центре вне купола. Интересное решение. И вот выкладываю четвертое, то, что я сходил. Есть что-то еще за центром, да? Он у нас никто не пустит. Ого, вас много.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien. Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they aren't there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
Да.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us? That was my conclusion as well. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
То есть она сама считает, что он человек. Интересно, но безнадежно его понять.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude. Precisely, and that's something we can change.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
Can I quote you on that?
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline. Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition. If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on. I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Интересно. Я так понимаю, это чувак, который хотел на них подпись. Так, это назад к башне. Чувак, танк на подпись. Conserve energy. Не попался, смотри.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Рандомный характер.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Yemo, Sarabai, and Barpali.
No need to be so modest. You're 1K, the one we've all been waiting for. But I understand. The greatest heroes are always humble. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise. I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do? Please, 1K, I have no idea what to do. You have the founder's wisdom inside you. Help me.
Oh, wow.
Byron said that if I give the city what it needs, the city should also give me what I need. I don't know what to do with that.
Это то же самое, что найти связь.
All right, if you say so, I'll think about it.
Это симуляция. Прикольно. Мат. Progenitor звучит как борщик. Непонятно.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K. Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
Афина это фаундер, то есть она тоже робот. А куда она туда делась?
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation. where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
Интересно. То есть прямую они...
She was human. That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind? Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
Не помню про Афину. Ну, видимо, он человек.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
Тупо как психоанализ Спирега. Прям мурашки.
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated. Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation, and although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Там всякие задачки.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome. No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disc and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him. I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future. As the name suggests, the archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge.
Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us. Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position. But these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the Archive Scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
Разлавка комнат. Да блин, ну зачем так делать, разраб? Не скопировали вот это помощнику-то. Я имею в виду вот эти сообщения, они скопировали симуляцию тоже. Я думаю, это выглядит копия. Да, да. Это на 4-м уровне, кажется, было.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you? Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you? Of course, you're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want? I'm one of the Archive Scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
Мне опять повторяют симуляцию.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to. Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing. The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it. You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I am actively pondering. Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Что ты стоишь? Интересно. Middle. Middle самого. Ничего себе. Такой флэч, не знаю. Мне кажется, что вырастет что-то реально. Ничего себе. Ничего себе. Капец. Интересно. Если бы я 2 раза выбрал Forage, может быть тогда все было бы не так плохо. Видимо, нужно комбинировать одно с другим. Если я выбираю Forage, то мне надо Breakthrough. Да, в принципе, можно постоянно рисковать, потому что иначе ни там ничего не выйдет. Как много разных символов. Кстати, получилось. Research. Дело 33. Кажется, хватит research как раз. Блин, 99. Ничего себе. Так уже спешила пилиться. Ничего себе. Да, логично. Надо было использовать специальную модулку. Ну, breakthrough каждый раз будет кого-то, да. Где 99%? Думал, что два раза breakthrough сработает, если он стабильно закоден. Вот так. Я не думаю, что трендом есть. Сложно. Ты что, выбираешь? Нет.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have
Уже
questions.
заканчивается.
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program. Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
Серьезно?
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world.
Точно. Во снах терпит.
The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era. My life's work, a small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know. Then I have some questions for you.
Серьезно.
Your experience of the program, how did it feel? Isn't it? It may not immediately seem like it, but all the answers we could ever need are encoded into every fragment of the archive. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible. It seems to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience? I admire your dedication. That is precisely what's required if we're to understand ourselves fully. Who did you save? As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us?
Interesting.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. My research tells me there's a concrete rule set for moral behavior, but my life's work to date hasn't revealed to me what the devil it is. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
Так, мне надо вникать. Там еще что-то есть. Интересно, сохранится или нет. Как можно сохранить? Непонятно. Окей.